So, what is closing? Closing is essentially just working with your customers to find out what's the best option for them. All of you have closed before, okay, whether that's talking to your mom and helping her feel more comfortable with you going out with your friends, or that's closing your friend as to why they should hang out with you instead of doing homework. All of you have closed before, and all it is you're just helping the person you're speaking with feel more comfortable with the option that you're showing. See, closing is not something that you do to your customers, closing is something that you do for and with them. One thing I want you to know is that every single one of your customers this weekend, they're going to want Cutco and they're going to love it. However, they may not love the exact option you're showing them. So it's our job to help them feel more comfortable with a different option and go ahead and start with that today. And so to do that, there's a few tips I have for you as you're walking through the process of closing with your customers. And I'll teach you these before we practice it. Tip number one is you never want to judge your customers. You have no idea what somebody's going to feel most comfortable with. Absolutely not. And so you don't want to judge them and assume that they can't afford it or they're not going to like it because you think that that's how they're going to feel. Never judge your customers. Tip number two is you want to ask. And that stands for number one, ask for the order. And when you ask for the order, you want to ask with the intention and the expectation that they're going to say yes. I want you to remember that customers don't buy Cutco. What they buy is your belief and your conviction and the fact that you genuinely believe it's in their best interest to own it. That's what they're buying. So when you ask with the confidence that they're going to say yes. And that's why the S is to smile. So when you ask Miss Jones, hey, Miss Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, would you like to try out this homemaker set today and get your free gifts? See, naturally, your customers will want to smile too because they can feel from you that if they were in your shoes and if you were in their shoes, you would say yes. And they want to feel that. Now, when you ask for the order and they're thinking, you want to stay silent. If you're speaking to somebody while they're thinking, it can feel like pressure. So stay silent while they're thinking because honestly, the biggest thing that they're asking themselves are what color handles do I want to get or where would I put this on my counter? But it can feel a little bit of anxiety inducing. So you want to make sure you pause and let them think through it clearly. And then the C is to call the office. You've heard multiple times throughout training, the more times you call, the more you're going to sell. The reason why your managers are here running training with you is because they call the office more than anybody else. They learned a lot quicker than every single other person. So the more you call, the more you'll learn, the better you'll sell. From a customer standpoint, if somebody's going to buy a car, do they only ask for a lower price once or twice? Or how often does that process go on? Yeah, it goes on multiple times. They're asking for a lower price and they come back from finance with a different price. Then they say, I'm not sure. Can you get me a lower price? So call the office because your customer genuinely wants to feel that they're getting the best deal possible. And they want to know that from you, you are doing your best to get them the best deal on exactly what they want. So my third tip for you for closing is to show the value of sets. Now, there's four things that come in all of our sets, even if it's the smallest set that we sell. Number one is all of our sets have the right tool for the right job. If you were going to get your oil changed or you were going to get your tires changed and you walk in and the mechanic only has one wrench in the entire shop, would you trust that mechanic to effectively get the job done? I know I wouldn't. I'd leave and I'd never come back. So whenever your customers say, hey, can I just get one paring knife and one trimmer? Well, if you think about it, are they going to have anything to cut up their larger meats? Are they going to have anything to chop their vegetables with? Are they going to have anything to hand their kids at the dinner table? Not at all. So obviously that's not the best set for them. Number two is all of our sets are cheaper. When you all go get fast food or when you go to Chick-fil-A, do you get the sandwich and then add the fries and then add the drink? Or do you get the number one combo? You get the combo because it's cheaper. All of our sets have a built-in discount between 10 to 20%. Every single one of them, even if it's the smallest set that we sell. See, one thing I want you to know is that the objective of this weekend is not to make a ton of money off of mom and dad, grandma, loved ones. That's not the objective. What's going to happen is they're going to buy sets when you're a great representative and you show them why it's in their best interest to buy a set. See, we're not trying to make a ton of money off of them. We want them to save money. And by getting a set, they're getting the right tool for the right job, and they're getting that bundle pricing so it's cheaper. Thirdly, all of our sets come with free stuff. Every single set that we have comes with either a free cutting board or a free sharpener, and some of our sets come with both. So with the set, they get free items already included, and we can add on more free items as well. See, imagine somebody is getting ready to buy a pair of super shears, okay? It'd be rather difficult to give them a trimmer for free. They're very similar in size, and so they're probably very similar in value. However, if somebody is getting, let's say, a homemaker set, we could probably give them the super shears for free, right? Because there's a difference and a discrepancy in the value. So even if it's a small set that we have, we can still add on free items for them. And the number 4 is all of our sets are safer. See, I never wanted to be the representative that sold Cutco in an unsafe manner. And I never wanted my niece or nephew or somebody's niece or nephew that runs into the kitchen to grab a new battery for their toy and they reach their hand in the drawer and they're cut because knives aren't in a block or a tray. So it's about hooking mom up this weekend. It's about hooking up your grandma and your loved ones and helping them with the safest set option, helping them save the most money, getting them more free stuff, and also getting the right tool for the right job. See, whenever you're selling something, whether it's a service or it's a product or you're selling something to a company or to investors as to why they should invest in you and your business, you want to remember that you're not selling the product itself. You're not selling the product itself. See, if we were only selling products, people would still be driving cars from the 1960s or the 2000s. The reason why people are buying the newest and up-to-date cars is because of the value it brings them. Meaning, the newer cars are safer, newer cars are more efficient on gas, so it saves them money. They're more reliable, so they last longer. Newer cars, they are going to be more comfortable and smoother for the ride, and they look better. Those are the values that it brings every single one of your customers that drives a car. Think about how everybody has a smartphone, right? The reason why we don't have flip phones, or the reason why we don't have house phones that we rely on, is because we want that ease of access anytime we want to talk to somebody. We want to be able to go on the internet at any point in time. Those are the conveniences that people are spending their money on. So whenever you're selling Cutco, don't sell that knife, don't sell the pot, don't sell the garden tool. You want to sell them something that they can buy one time, use every single day of their life, never have to replace, that will also save them money. See, when I'm running training, I love to run this exercise and I ask my team, I go, hey guys, 60 seconds. I want you to write down every single thing that you can think of somebody can buy once, use every single day of their life, never have to replace, that will save them money. I've been doing this for 7 years at this time and nothing comes close. People I've heard them say real estate. I've heard them say fine china. Well, if we look at real estate, sure, you can buy it once and you never have to replace it, and maybe you do use it every day, but does it actually save you that much money? If you need to put a house on it or something happens, you have to get the foundation fixed or your septic tank, it doesn't save you money in the long run. Well, I heard fine china. Sure, you can buy it one time, you never have to replace it, and it might save you money, but is that something that you use every single day, or is it only on special occasions? Then if it breaks, you have to buy a new one. There's nothing that I found somebody can buy one time, use every single day of their life, never have to replace, that will also save them money for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and their kids and so on and so forth. Nothing at all. So what we're going to cover next is the closing part of the demo, where we essentially compare or present prices. Customers, they get a chance to understand who our competitors are, how they're priced. We'll cover our own prices, and then we'll work on asking for the order and finding the right option for your customers.